How's it going, everyone? This is Jacob Minig, host of Therapist Talks, here for another live show. Very sad situation here, as most of you may already know. The assassination of Charlie Kirk. It happened earlier today, this afternoon in Utah, I believe. So a little bit about Charlie Kirk. He's a political advocate for the Republican Party. He obviously has a strong opinion on politics, and again, I don't know. I mean, I've seen him around a lot, but I don't know his entire detail, how he got his career started. I see him on a lot of social media, going to college campuses, expressing his viewpoint to the world, to colleges, and debating people on politics and whatnot. And he has, again, very strong opinions, but a very strong and large following, and whatnot. And the sad day, he had his life taken away today at I believe it was Utah State University, something University of Utah State. I believe that's where it is at. And he does this a lot, where, like I said before, he goes to college campuses and people debate on him on his viewpoints and whatnot. And again, like, from a social media perspective, when you watch those, the debates could be really entertaining, even though both parties could come off as disrespectful. But like, it's entertaining in the sense of just talking politics and belief in structures and whatnot. And there also would be a lot of mature conversations, and the conversations that you would want our society to have with one another, regardless of your politics, if you're Democrat, Republican. You can disagree with someone but still have a civil conversation. So sadly, you don't really see a lot of those videos with them. Sometimes you do. But regardless, nobody deserves to lose their life, at all. And I'm just gonna play a video. And again, if anyone has any comments, please be respectful and whatnot. I hope I'm not. So I'm gonna play this YouTube video. Apologize, everyone. I'm still learning the ropes here. Eesh, let's do this. Oh, no, that's not it. Okay. Slowly getting better at this, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Hope you all can hear me.
I'm Bo Mason, Commissioner for the Utah Department of Public Safety. Today at approximately 12:20 Mountain Standard Time, political influencer Charlie Kirk was shot in an event at the Utah Valley University. He was taken by private vehicle to Timpanogos Hospital, where he later passed. The Utah Department of Public Safety will be co-leading this criminal investigation to find this killer, along with the Federal Bureau of Investigation. We are working in unison with the County Sheriff's Office, the local police department, and the University Police Department, all of which have been very cooperative and fully engaged in this process. Shortly after the shooting, we did have a suspect in custody, George Zinn, but he was released from custody after we identified that he did not match the shooting suspect and was not an accurate person of interest. However,
Should they have given the guy's name out like that if they found out like he was innocent in a way? Or not innocent. I think he had some other legal issues, but I guess they did an investigation and found out this guy was not a threat. So again, I'm not an attorney or lawyer, but they just like outed his name out there. I don't know if that was legal or not, when he was found innocent. Now again, this was earlier this afternoon. Obviously it's 11:44 at night right now, Central Time. I did learn that they found another person who might have caused it, and now they're doing an investigation on the other person. So I don't know if they officially found the person yet, or if the hunt is still going on. But like he said, I know there's like Utah Security, Utah Police, the FBI is involved now trying to find this individual. I believe he was on the rooftop, like 200 yards away, I believe. Again, don't quote me on that. That's just from what I've heard. But again, another very sad day.
Has been booked into the county jail by Utah Valley University Police Department for obstruction of justice. We do still have an active investigation for the person of interest. This incident occurred with a large crowd around. There was one shot fired and one victim. While the suspect is at large, we believe this was a targeted attack towards one individual. This is a tragic moment in our state and in our country. As we heal, we encourage everyone who is struggling with news of the incident to call 988, our state mental health crisis line. In addition to that, our partners with the FBI will also be discussing other ways we can communicate through the public for tips and other information. Thank you.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the FBI, we extend our sincerest condolences to the family and friends of Charlie Kirk. Our thoughts are also with the people who witnessed this traumatic event. We know that what you experienced was very difficult. Our thoughts are with you as well. As soon as we heard about the shooting, special agents and personnel from the Salt Lake Field Office responded immediately. We have full resources devoted to this investigation, including tactical, operational, investigative, and intelligence. To be clear, the FBI will fully support and co-lead this investigation alongside with our partners. We are working on setting up a digital media tip line, and as soon as it's established, we'll get that information out to everyone. I know there's a lot of questions. This is very much an active case, and this investigation is in its early stages. We are following all the leads and all the evidence. If anyone has any information, please report it to the FBI or local law enforcement. Thank you.
On behalf of President Tuminez, who we've been communicating with, and she's on her way back right now, I say that on behalf of Utah Valley University, we are shocked and saddened by the tragic passing of Charlie Kirk. We express our sincere condolences to the.
Yeah, I guess the one knock on the event. So from what I know, he does these tours a lot. I don't know if this was like the first one he's done in a little while, but he had a new like run going on or whatever, and this was the first college he visited in a whole line of colleges. So a tour or whatever you want to call it. And the one knock is that there was like too many people there for the lack of security they had there. I believe there were security guards and some police officers. But again, I don't know how many people were there, but just from the pictures, it just was a lot of people. And that's one of the knocks on the event is that there was not enough security or police officers to, again, be there to secure everyone, keep them safe. That's the knock. Again, I don't know the entire situation on it, but there was a lot of people there, and I guess they were not expecting that many people. So that's just what I know and everything. And yeah.
Kirk family. We grieve with our students, faculty, and staff who bore witness to this unspeakable tragedy. He was invited by the student group Turning Point USA to speak on our campus. We firmly believe that UVU is a place to share ideas and to debate openly and respectfully. Any attempt to infringe on those rights has no place here. We do not condone any form of violence at UVU and seek to make our campus a safe place for all.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on this dark and tragic occasion. I want to thank our law enforcement officers who are leading this investigation, starting with Chief Long and his response here with the UVU Police Department. We're grateful for your leadership and your team. And again, to the speakers that you've just heard from who are co-leading this investigation. I also want to recognize Sheriff Mike Smith, who has been an invaluable partner as this investigation moves forward. I've been in touch with President Trump, with FBI Director Kash Patel. We are completely aligned with our state and federal partners as we work through this case. Now, this is a dark day for our state. It's a tragic day for our nation. And I want to be very clear that this is a political assassination. We are celebrating 250 years of the founding of this great nation. That founding document, the Declaration of Independence, that this great experiment on which we embarked together 250 years ago, that we are endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights. The first one of those is life. And today, a life was taken. Charlie Kirk was first and foremost a husband and a dad to two young children. He was also very much politically involved, and that's why he was here on campus. Charlie believed in the power of free speech and debate to shape ideas and to persuade people.
Which again, I always tell people, it's like, the conversation of like stay away from politics, religion. I think it's very difficult to persuade people from a political point of view. Again, I know this has nothing to do with the video, but yeah, he's very strong Republican, and he would debate the college students on certain beliefs. Like he's a very smart guy. Like so many of the things that I wasn't even aware of that he knew about politics, and he would defend his beliefs with other people, and he would rub a lot of people the wrong way. I think any significant, powerful, popular type of person, you're gonna have enemies. If you have a significant following like Charlie did, you're gonna have a group of people strongly hate you and dislike you. And that's Republican, Democrat. I think that's just life in general. It does not give you the right to take a life. Just because you disagree with someone, or even you have like hatred, depending on the situation, but like strong hatred towards someone, you have no right to take their life. All right. You can call them an asshole, douchebag. You could just disagree with them on its political views. You have no right to take a human life. None. Absolutely zero. Okay. Politically, I'm more in the middle, but I own up to the fact that I don't know a lot about politics. All right. But again, it's just sad that in this country we just can't have civil discussions and agree to disagree, but not have it ruin relationships and develop into a hatred. And there's been a lot of these like shootings going on nowadays, and it's just really scary. And again, I don't know what the solution is. I don't know what's going to be happening in the next month or two with our country. I pray that we're all safe, but yeah, it's a huge issue in our country, and it's just so sad that human life needs to be lost over something like this or a disagreement. Like, and here's another powerful argument I want to make. Say what you want to say about Charlie or individuals like him. Let's say, like, if they're literally going on social media to piss people off on purpose, who cares? It doesn't matter. It doesn't give you the right to murder a human being. Okay? Doesn't matter if you think he's an asshole, douchebag, or whatnot. You have no right to take a human life, and it's just so sad that it's coming to this. And again, I'm not acting like all these shootings are just happening now. It's happened in the history of mankind.
Historically, our university campuses in this nation and here in the state of Utah have been the place where truth and ideas are formulated and debated. And that's what he does. He comes on college campuses and he debates. That is foundational to the formation of our country, to our most basic constitutional rights.
Yeah.
And when someone takes the life of a person because of their ideas or their ideals, then that very constitutional foundation is threatened.
Yep.
Now, we have a person of interest in custody. The investigation is ongoing. But I want to make it crystal clear right now to whoever did this, we will find you. We will try you. And we will hold you accountable to the furthest extent of the law. And I just want to remind people that we still have the death penalty here in the state of Utah. Our nation is broken. We've had political assassinations recently in Minnesota. We had an attempted assassination on the governor of Pennsylvania.
So much. So
And we
much.
had an attempted assassination on a presidential candidate and former president of the United States, and now current president of the United States. Nothing I say can unite us as a country. Nothing I can say right now can fix what is broken. Nothing I can say can bring back Charlie Kirk. Our hearts are broken. We mourn with his wife, his children, his family, his friends. We mourn as a nation.
And again, that's the biggest thing that hits home is just his innocent wife and 2 children who lost their father. I believe his son just turned 1 and the daughter is 3, and I can't imagine that breaks my heart and tears because that family didn't deserve this. They didn't deserve this. I can't imagine what they're going through, the sadness. So again, my prayers are with them and their family. It's horrible that this had to happen. And again, we'll never know the person's motives for doing this, but just because you had a disagreement or just because God knows what was going on in that person's head. So again, like as a nation, I don't know how we prevent this. And I don't necessarily want to get into it in this show because there's so many ideas, so many things that can happen. I don't know how we fix this as a nation, but it's just, yeah.
If anyone in the sound of my voice celebrated even a little bit at the news of this shooting, I would beg you to look in the mirror and to see if you can find a better angel in there somewhere. I don't care what his politics are. I care that he was an American. We desperately need our country. We desperately need leaders in our country. But more than the leaders, we just need every single person in this country to think about where we are and where we want to be.
Yeah.
To ask ourselves, is this it? Is this what 250 years has wrought on us? I pray that that's not the case.
I do like it that he said that, and it's more of like I don't know, like a challenge to all humans in this country, Democrats, Republicans. Is this the best? Is this who we are? That we have to result to this. I think again, Governor made a very powerful statement right there. As a human being, as a human race, is this the best we are? We can't be better than this. And it is a good challenge. It's a great question to ask because I just think as a country, we're just so divided. And I know we've been divided like this in the past. And again, leave a comment down below if you feel like it's been just worse this past 6 months or year, or was it like this like 4 years ago or 8 years ago in your personal opinion? But again, I always felt like we've been just so strongly divided by politics in this country that it's just really sad to see that we can't just all find some common ground as a nation to prevent stuff like this from happening. And that's another thing that I just fear. Again, I don't know anything about politics. I'm not trying to get into political argument. I don't know about politics. I'm in the middle, and I just want to support a healthy resolution moving forward with this. And I just fear again, like this is just going to divide us more as Republicans and Democrats as a nation. And that's what I am fearful of that. How it's going to get worse, and it's just really scary. It's a scary thought.
I pray that those who hated what Charlie Cook stood for will put down their social media and their pens and pray for his family, and that all of us will try to find a way to stop hating our fellow Americans.
Amen.
With that, we're happy to take a few questions.
The FBI director is posting that a suspect is in custody. I would just like clarification. Do you or do you not have a suspected shooter in custody?
We have a person of interest in custody that is being interviewed right now. We do.
Is the term different? Like person of interest or in custody? Is that like same thing but just expressed differently, or is there different meanings to it, or is that just a different way of saying? Like in custody, I guess is you're holding him, but person of interest is like someone you're questioning who you think might have done it. Maybe I'm overthinking this. I don't know.
That is not George Zinn.
That is not George Zinn. That is correct.
Are you still searching or looking for another shooter or anybody else?
Yes, we are actively looking for anyone and everyone who has any possible information relating to the shooting.
Can you tell us details about the suspect being taken into custody? Where, how long ago?
We cannot at this point, but we will get you that information when we can.
Is there believed to be a second individual involved in the shooting?
At this point, there is no information that would lead us to believe that there is a second person involved.
Can you guys talk about the possible shooter?
Do you want to talk about what we know there? Yeah.
The only information we have on the suspect, the possible shooter, is taken from closed circuit TV here on campus. We do have that. We're analyzing it, but it is security camera footage, so you can kind of guess what the quality of that is. But we do know dressed in all dark clothing, but we don't have a much better description other than that.
Where did the shot came from?
The shot came from here on campus, from a location at a fair, potentially from a roof. Yes, a longer distance shot from a roof.
So to clarify, with the security camera footage you have and the person of interest that's in custody, does that match up?
That's what we're trying to decipher right now.
So did FBI or DHS have anything on the threat board this morning?
I can't speak.
I'll just say that the investigation is ongoing, and as soon as we have further information, we will be sure to release it.
Any indications of foreign intelligence involvement?
As of now, I can't comment on any of that.
Can you talk a little about the security of the event itself? Who was there security-wise and what happens on these kind of events?
So my name is Jeff Long. I'm the police chief here at UVU, and I'll tell you right now, we're devastated. We're a small police department. We have a very large campus. We have over 40,000 students, and we love our students. We love our visitors, and we're devastated by what happened today. This is the police chief's nightmare. I'm very saddened for the Kirk family. I know his wife and parents found out about this. Obviously he's away from home. He's here in Utah. They find out by a police officer that visits their home. That's tragic. Nobody wants that. But I can tell you about our venue today. This was an open venue. This was outside. We did have 6 officers working that event. We had.
So yeah, like I said before, like one of the knocks of the event, and again, a lot of people are just putting amounts of blame on the university for not protecting Charlie and having security. I guess so. The official answer is they had 6 police officers at the event, and my God, it just looked like a lot. I don't know how many people were there, but it was crowded to the gills, like hundreds and hundreds. And yeah, and again, I don't know what security details look like if you have to have security guards or police officers in certain areas to again protect Charlie or the main person. But yeah, and I think I did hear another video, like when it comes to like detective work, FBI agents, like they do a lot of camera work to determine where the shot was coming from and the sniper and whatnot. But yeah, just
Probably over 3,000 people that were in attendance. It sat down in kind of a bowl area here on the central campus. We have
okay, 3,000. Yeah, my God, it was a lot. And again, I don't know what the norm is for his events. I know a lot because when you're on YouTube just watching the short clips of him debating people, whatever, there's a crowd of people usually around the individual person, but you don't really get a realistic idea of how many people are at his events. I heard again, this one was considered huge to his normal events, and this was going to be like his first one out of many across the country, I believe. And again, just people love debating him, and for the most part, it is a healthy environment. But then, yeah, it gets pretty rough with just the disrespect going back and forth, and yeah.
waterfall area. And so he was kind of in a lower area, surrounded by buildings. We had some plainclothes police officers that were in the crowd as well. We train for these things, and you think you have things covered, and these things Unfortunately, they happen. You try to get your bases covered, and unfortunately today we didn't. And because of that, we had this tragic incident. So we did have officers there. We had Charlie Kirk's team. He has a security team that travels with him, and they were here with him when he was shot.
Was the gun recovered?
I'm sorry, see?
Was the weapon recovered?
At this point, I can't disclose that.
Who made the arrest?
There was a question being asked about mass shootings. Was that person apprehended? And do you know who asked that question?
Say that question again. I don't know if I understand what you're saying.
When Charlie Kirk was shot, he was answering a question about mass shootings specifically. Was that person apprehended? And do you know who asked that question?
Yeah, so I heard, so again, he was answering, it was like the start of the show, whatever, and I don't know, it was a student, I believe, or something, asked Charlie a question about, like, in general, like mass shootings and how recently there was a transgender individual shooting or person shooting. And right when another question brought up about mass shooting, I think Charlie's picking up his mic, and then that's when the shot came. So I think the reporter's like asking, "Hey, were you really suspicious of that person?" Asking the mass shooting question because that's right when he got shot, is right after. So yeah, like a suspect of some sorts, I believe.
I do not. We do not have that at this moment.
What has
Late-
happened with you?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have time for just one more question, so thank you.
Yeah, a question for the chief as well. Was it your team or Kirk's team or a combination of both that kind of set the security protocol for the event?
So we work together. He has his team, and they do this all over the country. We all know that. This is not uncommon for them. They're very comfortable on campuses, and I was coordinating with his lead security guy, and so yeah, we were working together.
Was this a sharpshooter type shot? Was this a
Ladies and gentlemen, those are all the questions that will be answered today. Again, thank you for covering this. We will be updating you as soon as we have additional information through normal channels, working with law enforcement. Again, our deepest condolences to the Kirk family and to the students who were there today. I would just ask everyone everywhere to please pray for their family and to pray for our country. We need it now more than ever. Thank you.
Well, that's it, everyone. And again, thank you for supporting my new channel and my new live and everything. And again, a very sad day for stuff like this, things that do not need to happen. So anyone, please leave a comment down below if you have any thoughts, ideas on the topic or whatnot. But again, I really appreciate everyone here. And just know when I do my lives, I never try to diagnose or give therapy on the YouTube channels or diagnose anyone on my YouTube channels, like I just said. So, and if you do feel like you're going through a crisis or having feelings of unaliving yourself, please seek the care of a licensed medical doctor, licensed mental health professional. Please utilize crisis hotline 988, which is on the bottom right of my screen. So anyways, have a good night, everyone. And until next time, please be well. Thank you.